Hello again, and thanks for coming back. Now, I know at this time of year a lot of you will be making plans to deal with the regulatory changes that are going to come into effect in January or sometime during 2019. But lately I've been working on our report from the UN Subcommittee of Experts on the Transport of Dangerous Goods. We're still reporting on their third meeting of the biennium, which was held in June, July. And that'll be in our December issue, by the way, or at least half of it. It was an extremely long meeting with a lot of papers. And what they're discussing at the moment are the changes that will appear in the model regulations, the Orange Book, when it comes out next year. And so those will be transposed into the model regulations from 2021. While I was going through this, I came across a apparently small but very interesting paper. This was from COSTA, the Council on Safe Transportation of Hazardous Articles. And what they noticed was that there are some substances that have a special provision applied. Just to note that they are only regulated in sea transport or only in sea and air. In fact, Costa's point was that most of those that are only regulated by sea, in fact, do appear in the air regulations as forbidden by air, which is about as highly regulated as you can get. So the idea that they're not regulated by air might be a bit misleading. So that's been tidied up. But a bigger point was, what's this doing in the model regulations anyway? I mean, nobody who's shipping by air or sea is, or at least should, be looking at the model regulations. They'll be looking at the IMDG code or the ICAO technical instructions, or the IATA DGR, whichever. I mean, I know there are a few countries in Latin America, for instance, that use the model regulations as they, in effect, their domestic regulations, but most of the world has proper rules. So, yeah, why is it? And it rather reminded me of the issue about Section 14 of the safety data sheets, where transport information is supposed to go. As far as I can see, what's supposed to be in there is, okay, this is the UN number, the proper shipping name, packing group. That's probably about it. In effect, sometimes I see safety data sheets where Section 14 takes up 2 whole pages. And you can't possibly hope to cover every eventuality. Even something that's forbidden by air may, under certain circumstances, be allowed to travel by air. Offshore operations, perhaps, or getting material to remote locations, especially in Canada, Alaska and the like, where road transport is unfeasible. So there's no one transport solution, and it's not the job of the chemist or the toxicologist who completes the SDS to figure that out. That's my opinion. Let me know if you disagree. Talk to you next week. Thank you.